College. This is second round basketball action from the 1996 Division III NJCAA National Basketball Tournament. Hello everyone, Ron Case with you, bringing you the consolation bracket game today between the Raiders of Fulton-Montgomery Community College and the Harvesters of Eastfield College in Texas. These two teams played yesterday, and both of them lost very, very close, very heartbreaking games. Fulton-Montgomery lost to Roxbury Community College from Massachusetts by a score of 94-93, and Eastfield lost to Gloucester County College of New Jersey 75-71. Eastfield comes into the game with a record of 27-3 on the season. They're coached by Bob Flickner. And Fulton-Montgomery comes in with a record of 23-9. They're coached by Tony Ordello. We're having the introduction of the starting lineups now. First for Eastfield, number 11, Larry Morris. Larry had 13 points yesterday. Ben Doolin is number 30. Ben had 3 points in yesterday's game versus Gloucester. Jason Lowry is number 31. He had 13 points in the loss to Gloucester. And number 33, forward J.J. Johnson. Johnson chipped in with 17 yesterday. And their center is number 42, Ronnie Steed. Steed had 16 points in the 75-71 loss to the Roadrunners of Gloucester County College. Fulton-Montgomery will be listed as the home team and wearing white today. Number 11 is Qaddafi Alonzo. Alonzo scored 14 points yesterday. Monroe Pippins, number 20, had 26 points yesterday. Number 22 is Barceem Dukes. Dukes chipped in with 15 in yesterday's game. Arturo McLeod is number 42. He led the scorers with 26 points, signed with Pippins for those honors. And the final starter is number 50, Terrell Williams. Williams scored 8 points in the 94-93 loss to Roxbury. The complete results of the first day's play here at Delhi. Gloucester County College defeated Eastfield College 75-71. Roxbury Community College defeated Fulton-Montgomery 94-93. Sullivan Community College, the defending national champions, defeated Montgomery Rockville in another nail-biter, 82-80. And in the final game of the evening, Jefferson Community College defeated Fergus Falls of Minnesota, 94-93. So Gloucester County will be playing Roxbury later today, and Sullivan will be playing Jefferson out in the winner's bracket. Down in the consolation bracket, Montgomery Rockville will be playing Fergus Falls in the second game here this afternoon at Delhi. Eastfield in the orange with the white letters and numbers. Fulton-Montgomery dressed in white with blue trim today. Ball's up, and the tap's controlled by Eastfield. Larry Morris Jr., the point guard. Fulton-Montgomery showing man-to-man. Eastfield came into the tournament the number 1 ranked team in the country. They had a poor shooting first half yesterday. And the slam by J.J. Johnson. Eastfield, I'm certain, thinks they have something to prove here, coming into the number 1 ranking and losing the first game. Be interesting to see how they play. Shots up, no good. And the rebound put back up and no good. Pippins with a jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it back out. This is Alonzo. 2-3 zone right now for Eastfield. Nice dump inside. Little spin move off the glass for the score for Arturo McLeod. 3-point attempt is up and no good. Rebound to McLeod, and he loses the handle. Doing to inbound underneath his own basket. Gives to Steed. Steed looks to make the inside move, but doesn't have it. Nice dump inside to Steed, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. Fouls on Monroe Pippins. It's his first foul. Ronnie Steed, as he said, had 16 points in yesterday's loss to Gloucester. First free throw, no good. Once again, we see a player backing off the line with their feet. Almost make a bet on whether these players are going to make the foul shots or not, just watching their feet. He makes the second one. And it's a 1-point lead in the early going for Eastfield. Footers good by Monroe Pippins. Pippins tied for the scoring lead yesterday with McLeod, 26 each for the Raiders. Full spin move. Good save by Morse. Kicks it back out to Lowry. Swing the ball to Steed. 10 on the shot clock. Ball looked like it was partially blocked, and the rebound comes off to Dukes. Ball dumped down low to McLeod, spins to his left and scores. (6-3). Fulton-Montgomery with the lead. And no handle on that ball. Steed comes up with it. Kicks it out to Alonzo. His shot's no good. Excuse me, out to Morris. His shot's no good. Back come the Raiders. 3-point attempt. Off the back iron, no good. 4-on-3 break. Pass underneath to Steed. Looks to put it up off the dribble. No good. Another rebound for McLeod. And Eastfield experiencing some of the same cold shooting that they demonstrated against Gloucester yesterday. Eastfield came in as the #1 team in the country, and they were tied for second best in the country in scoring, 98.5 points per game. Yesterday, the Roadrunners held them to 71 points. There's the 3-point attempt. No good by Doolin. Here come the Raiders. And we're going to have a foul out front. Foul's called on Qaddafi Alonzo. Cedric Jefferson checks in for Eastfield. And we're going to we didn't have a substitute come off, and there seems to be some confusion. Don't know if there were 6 players on the court, but many times in this situation it is the official's responsibility to make sure the players get exchanged correctly. And our head official is going to get all 3 of the officials together to make sure they make the right decision here. Officials really need to watch to make sure a player gets off the court. Somebody leaves when somebody comes on. And we're going to have an administrative technical foul called. So Eastfield given an administrative technical foul here. First free throw is good by Pippins. And the second free throw is good. So Fulton-Montgomery will receive possession of the ball at midcourt after that administrative technical foul. And they lead 8-3 with 16:10 to play. Pippins gives inside. We're going to have traveling call against Barceem Dukes. Morris working versus Qaddafi. Alonzo. Moved to the basket by Jason Lowry, and he gets fouled. Terrell Williams picks up the foul. Jump shot no good by Morris. Another rebound for McLeod. And Alonzo is fouled by Morris. Monroe Pippins with the basketball. Eastfield in the man-to-man still. Good ball movement here. Dumps down low to McLeod, spins to his right, scores again, and they're going to have to start to front him down low, or he's going to eat him up alive. Yesterday he had 26. That foul's on Qaddafi Alonzo. And the team's third personal foul in the half. Eastfield College from Mesquite, Texas. And Ronnie Steed with 2. 10-5 now. Fulton-Montgomery in the lead. You're watching second round action of the NJCAA Division III National Basketball Tournament from Delhi, New York. And there's a turnover on a bad pass by the Raiders. Eastfield takes over with a chance to cut the deficit. J.J. Johnson in the corner. Kicks it out front to Cedric Jefferson. Little spin shot's good by Roy Abram. Pippins drives the baseline, moves inside, puts it up right-handed, and scores. Steed, little jump hook with the right hand, no good. Another rebound for McLeod. McLeod doing a good job on the boards here in the first half. So a jump ball situation, and it is Fulton-Montgomery's possession. Little shot down the middle, floating one-hander for Pippins. He has 8 in the first half. 7-point lead. Steed at the top of the key. Gives to J.J. Johnson, drives the lane, looks to put up the one-hander, and picks up the foul. That foul's on Arturo McLeod. J.J. Johnson with 2 shots. First one's good. Johnson using no dribble on that shot. Gets his feet set. Ball where he wants it. Strokes it and no good. Good rebound. Back up and in with a good foul up by Roy Brown. (14-10). Fulton-Montgomery with the lead. Little pressure defense here by Eastfield. Pippins looks to drive, puts it up off the glass. No good. Tipped up. Tipped up again. Tipped a second time, but no good by McLeod. Back come the Harvesters. 2-point shot. Nothing but net for Roy Abrone. Abrone with 6. And it's a 2-point ball game. A lot of these junior college games run very much in streaks. Interesting to see how the teams run 6, 8, 10 points at a time. And there's Terrell Williams with a nice cross-court pass from Pippins. Here's the three-pointer, and that's good by Cedric Jefferson. Sheridan James checks in. And Arturo McLeod goes out. 16-15. Fulton-Montgomery with the lead. 12 minutes to play. Steed again at the high post. Makes his move to the left. Nice pass underneath. And the layup for Roy Abrone. Abrone, who had 2 points yesterday, 8 so far here. Three-point attempt is good by Qaddafi Alonzo. Steed back to the basket, spins, moves, gets fouled. For Terrell Williams, his second foul. 5 in the half on the Raiders. McLeod comes in. Williams goes out. Steed 1 for 2 from the line. Had 16 points in the opener versus Gloucester. The second shot is good. 19-18, Fulton-Montgomery on top. Comes Pippins, and he throws the ball away. Going just a little bit faster than he could handle the ball there. Chuck Young with the between-the-legs dribble. And we're going to have a foul call there on Pippins. Just to grab the man when he jumped around him. Pippins with 2 fouls now. Sean Manley in the game. And out comes J.J. Johnson. For Fulton-Montgomery, Nathan Mittler in. And Pippins comes out. (15-footer), no good. Good offensive rebound by Abrone. A little dump in low. Abrone with a spin move, no good. Didn't get it up high enough. Qaddafi Alonzo bringing it up. Pass outside to Barceem Dukes. Dumps it in low to McLeod. McLeod looks to go left, looks to go right, and finally gets fouled down in the low post. Fouls on Roy Abrone. McLeod McLeod going to have 2 shots here. Will Young replaces Steed for the Harvesters. McLeod with 2 free throws. 21-18, Fulton-Montgomery on top. Look to make the dump pass in low, and it turns into a turnover. Back come the Raiders. Miller looks to dump inside. Ball's kicked out, worked over to Alonzo. Alonzo dumps inside to James, and Sheridan James is fouled. That fouls on Will Young. Only 4 team fouls through the first 10 minutes of play for the Harvesters of Eastfield College, Mesquite, Texas. Look to dump it inside. Alonzo makes the save. Nathan Miller looks to drive the baseline, has it blocked. And Eastfield up with the ball. Cedric Jefferson's shot no good. And the rebound pulled down by Barceem Dukes. And he's called for a double dribble. Fulton-Montgomery winning the battle of the boards right now, 12-6 over Eastfield. Larry Morse being guarded by Qaddafi Alonzo. Manley swings it back out to Jefferson. Jefferson's 3-pointer no good. Rebound to James. Back come the Raiders. Alonzo looks to set his club up. Dumps it in low to James. James with a little turnaround, no good. Rebound for Jefferson. Go back the other way. Ball given in the court at Abrone, and he turns it over with the walk. McLeod bringing the ball up, 3-on-2 break. Off in the corner. Ball's deflected from Mittler's shot. And Will Young scoops it up off the floor. Nice move. We'll dump down low to Young. Young with a dribble. Kicks it back out to Morse. Being guarded by Alonzo. Morse with a 3-point shot. Round the rim and out. Rebound battled for, and a Brone comes up with it. Brone with a jump shot along the baseline, no good. Rebound to Dukes. We go the other way. 3-on-3 break. Pass down low. McLeod for 2 on a nice feed from Alonzo. McLeod in double figures now in the half. Morse to Abrone. Nice move through the middle and a score by Cedric Jefferson. Nice play there for the Harvesters. 23-20. Fulton-Montgomery with the lead. A little extracurricular activity in the low post. And Fulton-Montgomery decides to take a 20-second timeout with the score. Fulton-Montgomery 23, Eastfield College 20. 7:52 to play in the first half. Winner of this game will have a chance to play up and win 4th place tomorrow in the tournament. Loser will go down and have to play for 7th and 8th place. Fulton-Montgomery inbounding the ball. 3-day tournament here at Delhi. All teams guaranteed 3 games. Alonzo looking to work on Morse. Baseline jumper, in and out. Rebound to Will Young. Eastfield doing a little bit better job on the glass right now, rebounding, than they were a little bit earlier in the ball game. Move to the left, and we're going to have an illegal screen or a block by Will Young. And that really also goes as a turnover when you commit an offensive foul like that. 23-20. Little double team. Give to Alonzo. Alonzo, 15-foot foul line jumper, no good. Nice rebound, McLeod. Back up off the back iron, no good. And the ball eventually bounces off of Barthelemy. (23-20), 7:10 to play in the first half. This is second round action of the NJCAA Division III National Basketball Tournament from Delhi, New York. Pass goes in the corner, and that's a two-point shot by Sean Manley. His feet were inside the line. So Eastfield has cut the lead to 1, 2-3 zone now for the Harvesters. Ball down low, a little jump shot, a little bit strong, and a nice foul in. And McLeod gets it, and we have a double dribble. Foul line jump shot's good by Barceem Dukes. (27-22). Swing to Ben Dolan, his shot no good. Another rebound for Fulton-Montgomery. Dukes gives off to Alonzo. 2-3 zone again for Eastfield. Baseline drive, dish off to McLeod. We're going to have a charge called against Barthelemy. So that's the 7th team foul on Fulton-Montgomery. And that was a player control foul, so there's no one-on-one situation, but in the future, all fouls will be the bonus situation. Nice pass down low off of a good pick. Shot's no good by Morse. And it looks like we have a rebounding foul on Eastfield. That's called on Ben Doolin. So that's the 6th team foul, and we'll be shooting the penalty both ways now when there are any more fouls committed in the half. 5:42 to play. Fulton-Montgomery on top, 27-22. Ball's out front. Three-point attempt is good by Barceem Dukes. Biggest lead of the game for Fulton-Montgomery at 8 points, 30-22. Eastfield still not shooting the ball that well for a team that was one of the leading scoring teams in the nation. McLeod picks up the foul. 2 on him. And Terrell Williams comes in for McLeod. Coach Oradello thinking that he wants to save McLeod if he possibly can with the 8-point lead. McLeod, the leading scorer today, and the leading scorer along with Pippins for his ball club in yesterday's action. First free throw is good by Ben Doolin. Second free throw is short. Rebound comes off to Steed. Steed drives the baseline, lays it up with the left hand, but misses the iron. And we've got another Fulton-Montgomery foul. Oh, no. Excuse me. They're going to call that on Eastfield's J.J. Johnson. And as I said before, we're in the penalty situation. So, Sheridan James to the line. James's shot no good. Rebound comes off to Doolin. Break action. No good. Jumper there, and the rebound comes off to Terrell Williams. Just under 5 minutes to play. 7-point lead for Fulton-Montgomery. Fulton-Montgomery about 30 minutes from Albany, New York. Jump shot's no good, but the rebound comes to Williams, and he puts it back in. Nine-point lead now for the Raiders. Dump inside to Steed. Steed looks to lean in, and he's going to be called for traveling. Yesterday's game with Gloucester, there were several times where I know the Gloucester coach thought that Eastfield walked, particularly Steed when he was down in the low post, and didn't get the call. This time it appears that Steed did walk. Fulton-Montgomery with an opportunity to go up by double figures here for the first time in the game. Look to swing the ball. Down low to Williams. Back to Alonzo. Looks to dump inside. They turn it over. Good steal there by Steed. Steed again spins inside. Here's the three-point attempt. It's good by Ben Doolin. Here's another three-point attempt, and it is good by Barceem Dukes. And we've got a push down in the block. That falls on Sheridan James. James's first foul. Still in the 1-on-1 situation for Ronnie Steed. Steed 2 for 4 so far in this game from the line. He misses that one. .330 to play. 35-26 is your score. Fulton-Montgomery on top. Here's the three-point attempt by Barthelemy. Good rebound on the offensive glass for Williams. Eight offensive rebounds in the half for Fulton-Montgomery. Here's Williams, moves across the lane, almost a walk. Williams' shot off the back iron, no good, and Steed with the rebound. Back come the Harvesters. Then the ball is stolen away by Alonzo. Alonzo with a little reverse layup for two. .11-point lead now for Fulton-Montgomery. And timeout on the floor with 2:47 to play in the first half. And the score, Fulton-Montgomery 37 and Eastfield College 26. Coming into today's action, we had the number 2, number 3, and number 4 ranked teams in the country advancing to the Final Four. They, along with unranked Roxbury Community College from Massachusetts. That's Gloucester County College, number 2 ranked team, Sullivan Community College, number 3 ranked team, and Jefferson Community College, number 4 ranked team, all advanced into the semifinals. Since this tournament is a blind draw, and number 1 drew number 2, it was impossible for all top 4 teams to advance to the semifinals. So the rankings really not too far off on who the better clubs in the country were, if you go by yesterday's play. But all the games very, very close. Certainly makes for a good tournament. And we've got a walk called there on J.J. Johnson. 7th turnover of the half on Eastfield. And once again, we're going to have a charge on Williams as he just puts his head down, turns and dribbles, and picks up the charge. For Williams, our stats say that's his 3rd foul. He came in to replace McLeod, so McLeod wouldn't pick up his 3rd. Let's see who Coach Ardell goes to for substitution. Looks like Nathan Mittler will be coming in. Good shot down low by Cedric Jefferson. Williams looks low. Long cross-court pass to Barceem Dukes. His shot's no good. Looks like it hit the shot clock, and there's no call. Drive, and he throws it out of bounds. Big turnover there for Dolan. His team had a chance to cut it to 7. Roy Abrone comes back into the ballgame. And as we said, Mittler replaces Williams for the Raiders. 1:45 to play. Fulton-Montgomery on top, 37-28. We've got another charge on Fulton-Montgomery. A foul called on Qaddafi Alonzo, his second. And since he did not have the ball, it's not player control, and we'll be shooting 2 shots now, as that's the 10th team foul. Roy Abrone to the line. Eight points on the game for Roy. Make it 9. Two free throws for Abrone, and the lead is cut to 7. Oh, nice alley-oop to Cedric Jefferson. So, signs of life here with 1:20 to play in the first half from Eastfield. Couple quick baskets, two free throws in the basket, cut the lead to 5. It's 37-32. You have to think that Eastfield has some offense that they haven't shown to people here in the tournament. Ronnie Steed averaged 18.6 points per game and 7.6 rebounds during the season. Larry Morris had 16.2 points per game. J.J. Johnson, 15.5. Eastfield averaged 98.5 points per game, which tied them for second best in the nation during the regular season. For Fulton-Montgomery, Monroe Pippins was their leading scorer during the season, 22.4 points per game. Arturo McLeod had 16.6 points. Qaddafi Alonzo, 10.1 points. Their leading rebounder was McLeod, who had 11.6 rebounds, averaged that, and Barceem Dukes averaged just about 8 rebounds per game. For the Raiders, 37-32. Fulton-Montgomery on top, 1:20 to play in the first half. Good steal, nice lead pass, and the jumper off the glass for J.J. Johnson, lays it in. Fulton-Montgomery with some costly turnovers here in the late going in the first half. That foul's called on Chuck Young. Alonzo to the line. He's going to be shooting 1-and-1 here. Alonzo makes the first. Chance to stretch the lead to 5. Second free throw is good. 39-34. Fulton-Montgomery showing man-to-man all the way here in the first half. 20 on the shot clock, 47 on the game clock. Pass down low on the baseline with a little jumper, Roy Abrone. Abrone with 12 in the half. 3-point ball game. And there's going to be a charging call on Pippins. Second time here recently. Players received the ball and just turned and taken the dribble without looking for the defender. And Pippins with his third foul. Fulton-Montgomery only dresses 8 players. So foul trouble could be a big factor for them. They now have 2 players with 3 and 2 players with 2 personal fouls. So Eastfield's gotten right back in the ball game here in the last couple minutes. Nice little spin move on the baseline and a basket for Roy Abrone. Abrone with a great first half. 8 seconds to go. Here's the 3-point attempt for Fulton-Montgomery. No good. Rebound. And that should be goaltending, and is. Good call there by the official. Sheridan James gets credit for the basket. From where we sat just above the rim, that was easy to see that was a goaltending call. 41-38, 2 seconds to go. Let's see how long they let them throw the ball. Here we go. 2 seconds, 1 second. Long shot by Steed is no good. The score at the end of the first half is Fulton-Montgomery 41, Eastfield College 38. We're back at Delhi, New York, and first game in the consolation bracket of the 1996 NJCAA Division III National Basketball Tournament. At halftime, Fulton-Montgomery leads Eastfield College from Texas 41-38. Here's the scoring summary for the first half. For Eastfield, Cedric Jefferson had 9 points, Roy Abrone 14, Ben Doolin 4, Sean Manley 2, J.J. Johnson 5, and Ronnie Steed 4. For Fulton-Montgomery, Qaddafi Alonzo with 7, Monroe Pippins with 8, Barceem Dukes with 8, Sheridan James with 2, Arturo McLeod with 12, and Terrell Williams 4. In rebounding, Eastfield had 14 rebounds and 8 turnovers. Fulton-Montgomery had 20 rebounds and 9 turnovers. Fulton-Montgomery led by as many as 9 points in the first half, and Eastfield never really had the lead. And here's a turnover to start the half on Eastfield. Going in for the layup is Qaddafi Alonzo. Ball dumped down low to Steed, drives the baseline, looks for the reverse layup, and gets fouled. James picks up his second foul, excuse me. First foul of the half. Ronnie Steed to the line. Steed 2 for 5 on the day. Hits the first. Yeah, Steed's second shot, no good. And Sheridan James with the rebound. And Arturo McLeod throws the ball away. Turnover number 1 of the half for Fulton-Montgomery. 43-39. Man-to-man defense all the way for Fulton-Montgomery in this ballgame. Well swung to Steed. Good ball movement here for Eastfield. 10 on the shot clock. Steed looks low, takes the dribble down the lane, and lays it up over the front iron. Drive to the basket, around the rim, no good. And we're going to have a rebounding foul. Let's see who the call's on. That call's going to go against Ben Doolin. Fulton-Montgomery inbounds the ball and throws it away. Back we go the other way. Steed looking to pull up, shoot the three-pointer. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound comes off to Pippins. Pippins drives the lane, gives off underneath Morse. Feed inside with a little turnaround shot. It's good by Sheridan James. Left shot is good. Morse scores. That's his first basket of the game. And another turnover. Long lob pass is good for J.J. Johnson. And we've got a 45-45 ball game. We have a foul out front called on Morse. Morse's third personal foul. Both teams in close games yesterday. Eastfield losing by 4 to Gloucester County College. There's the jumper, no good by Pippins, and we've got a rebounding foul, and that's going to go against Fulton-Montgomery. That's on Sheridan James. Three now on James. Fulton-Montgomery lost their opener to Roxbury, 94-93 yesterday afternoon. Ben Doolin goes crashing into the stands. But Eastfield loses possession of the ball. Difficulty inbounding, and they don't get too lucky on that one. Let's see who finally comes up with this. Let's see what we've got. We've either got a jump ball or a timeout call. Let's see what they come up with. Eastfield takes a timeout, and surprisingly, they don't use a 20-second timeout. 45-45, exactly 17 minutes to play here. Once again, we're in a consolation round game. Eastfield College from Mesquite, Texas, and Fulton-Montgomery Community College from upstate New York battling here. Later today, in our second game, we'll have Fergus Falls of Fergus Falls, Minnesota versus Jefferson Community College from Watertown, New York, the other consolation bracket game. Then in our semifinal matchups, we're going to have Gloucester County College of New Jersey versus Roxbury Community College of Massachusetts. And in our final game, we'll have Sullivan Community College versus Jefferson Community College. Fergus Falls will be playing Montgomery Rockville. Might have misspoke and said they were playing Jefferson. That was their matchup last night. Nice dump down low. Good move, but the miss by Barthelemy there. Raiders come away with it. Driving the lane, putting the ball up, and no good is Pippins, and he gets fouled. Ronnie Steed commits his first foul. Monroe Pippins to the line, shooting 2. Pippins' first shot is short. Again, we see another player move their feet as they shoot. Pippins with a chance to put his team on top, and he makes it. 1 point lead for Fulton-Montgomery. See if that's an out-of-bounds call, not a foul call. Eastfield with the basketball. Working against the man-to-man of the Raiders. Doolin moves inside and he gets fouled. Ben Doolin will be going to the line for 2 shots. Foul call on Sheridan James. James with 3 quick fouls here in the second half. Doolin with a chance to put his team on top for the first time in the ball game if he can make 2 free throws here. Doolin shot, in and out, rebound by Steed, puts it up and in, and for the first time, the Harvesters of Eastfield College lead. And we're going to have a turnover. Momentum might be starting to swing in the Harvesters' direction here in this game. 16:08 to play. They lead for the first time, 48-46, Steed. Looks to give out, and we're going to have a player stepping out of bounds. That was Doolin, so he'd turn it back over. Apparently, he came from out of bounds in to receive the pass. Right in front of his own bench. No protest there from their bench. Here's the 18-foot jumper, no good. It's going to be a 2-shot foul. Qaddafi Alonzo will be shooting. Fouls on Larry Morse. And 3 fouls on Morse. Cedric Jefferson comes in. First free throw's good. We've got a correction on the foul. It's going to be called on number 24. And that's Roy Abram. Second free throw is good. Score tied again at 48. Little mix-up in the foul there on the call by the official. They put up the wrong number. Morse drives the baseline, looks to give inside to Doolin, and Doolin scores! (50-48). Eastfield with the lead, and we got a charging call against Pippins. And bad news for Fulton-Montgomery. For Pippins, that's his 4th foul. Pippins had 26 in yesterday's game, 8 in the first half here today. 3-pointer is short. Rebound knocked around, and McLeod comes up with it. Fulton-Montgomery on the run, 4-on-2 break, and it's going to be traveling on Pippins. So Fulton-Montgomery making some critical errors here in the early going in the second half that they didn't make in the first half. Joe Barthelemy comes in, replaces Pippins, who's out with foul trouble now. 5 turnovers already on the Raiders in the first 5 minutes of the second half. Here's Morse, gives outside. J.J. Johnson drives the lane, kicks it back to Morse. Cedric Jefferson open, calling for the ball, looking for the 3-pointer. His shot no good, tip up no good. Rebound by Doolin, and he scores! (52-48), biggest lead for Eastfield. Ball goes underneath, knocked away and out of bounds. So McLeod has it blocked that time, out of bounds by Doolin. Pass comes to Alonzo, his jumper no good, and the rebound goes off of Eastfield. It's like Doolin must have knocked it out. Barceem Dukes. Inbounds to McLeod. McLeod drives the lane. He gets fouled. Got to push it before the shot. Foul's called on Doolin. Doolin with 3 fouls now for the Harvesters. Here's the 3-point attempt. No good by Barthelemy. Got a rebounding foul. Could be on Doolin. It is. And Doolin now has 4 personal fouls. He's picked up 3 here in the second half. Plus, that's 16 fouls, so we're going to be shooting from this point out when the foul's on Eastfield. Inbound pass comes to Terrell Williams. He throws it away. 6 turnovers in the half now. Jefferson inbounds to Morse. 52-48. 14-10 to play in the half. Jefferson out front. Swings it over to Manley. To Johnson. Front to Steed. Steed looks to drive. Gives off to Johnson, and Johnson's score is good. That's a 2-pointer. Little full court pressure here by Eastfield. And McLeod loses it. 7th turnover of the half. Fulton-Montgomery really generous with giving the ball away here in the opening minutes of the second half. Steed looks to back in, moves through, spins, and he gets fouled. Looks like they're going to call that on McLeod. 3 fouls on McLeod. 5 on the team. And Fulton-Montgomery is going to take a timeout, probably a well-advised timeout here for Coach Ordello, whose club came into this game with a 23-9 record. 13:36 to play in the ball game. 54-48. Eastfield College leading. Said earlier that Fulton-Montgomery could not afford foul trouble. They have Pippins now with 4 fouls. They have Sheridan James with 4 fouls. And both Arturo McLeod and Terrell Williams have 3 fouls. They only dress 8 players, and that's 4 people in foul trouble. Winner of this game will be playing tomorrow afternoon for 4th place in the tournament. They will be playing the winner of the game to come up a little bit later, Fergus Falls versus Montgomery Rockville. Ronnie Steed's going to be going to the line. Shooting foul, so Steed will have 2 opportunities. Put his team even further ahead. First shot quite a bit short. Steed 3 for 8, 4 for 9 from the line today. 55-48, full court pressure again. Looking to double team when they can. 2-2-1 full court press here. McLeod looks to drive. Almost loses the handle. Gives off to Alonzo, who then turns it over. Back the other way, down the middle, and Steed scores. And Fulton-Montgomery really losing the momentum in this ball game. There's a bad pass. They've got 2 men ahead of him open. He takes it himself, lays it up and in. That's Barceem Dukes. Full court pressure bothering this Fulton-Montgomery club a little bit. Look underneath and turn it away. Back the other way. Here comes McLeod for the slam. So Fulton-Montgomery down 9, answers with 2 quick baskets here. They trail 57-52. Morris out front with Jefferson. Jefferson looks underneath, finds a man all alone. And that's J.J. Johnson with a slam. Crowd favorite with a slam dunk here. Here goes McLeod. He goes to the 10. He misses. So McLeod misses the dunk. I'm certain his coach would have much rather have had the 2 points on the layup. And that goes off of the player in the white uniform. That's Barceem Dukes. Exciting end-to-end action here. The crowd warming up to this ball game. Like a couple breakaway slam dunks and a missed dunk to get the crowd going. Here's the lob, no good. Eastfield now committing some costly turnovers once they've had the lead. See who the foul call is for the Harvesters. They're going to call Steed. And it'll be a 1-and-1 situation, as we mentioned before. 2 fouls on Steed. Joe Barthelemy to the line, shooting 1-and-1. Barthelemy with a chance to draw his team within 5. And does. See what we got? 2-3 zone. Fulton-Montgomery trying to protect their players in foul trouble a little bit now, going out of the man-to-man. Good ball movement by Eastfield. A little dribble and a score by Sean Manley. No press now, just a little light man-to-man pressure by Eastfield. They've dropped the 2-2-1 press. Seemed to cause Fulton-Montgomery real problems. Certain Coach Flickner will keep that in the back of his mind to use a bit later if he needs it. Williams gets fouled on the pass. That foul is called on J.J. Johnson. Johnson has 2 fouls. He comes out. Williams to the line, shooting 1-1. Williams shot long. Rebound comes off to Jason Lowry. 61-54. 11 minutes to play in the ballgame. Second round action, the NJCAA Division III National Men's Basketball Championship from Delhi, New York. Lowry's 3-pointer good! Ten-point lead now. Biggest lead of the game for either team. McLeod to the rack with a finger roll. McLeod, the leading scorer for his club, with 16 points. And now we've got a foul on Fulton-Montgomery again. So Williams picks up his 4th personal foul. So now 3 players in foul trouble with 4 fouls for Fulton-Montgomery. And the small squad may really wind up hurting them here in this game. Here's the 2-pointer for Larry Morse. Deep bench for Eastfield. Don't think that the foul trouble is going to bother them. But only 8 players dressing for Fulton-Montgomery. Shots no good by Pippins. Rebound is up and in by McLeod. Ball down low to Steed. Steed moves, and that could be goaltending, and is. Credit the basket to Steed, who has 10 this half. Steed leads his club during the season in scoring with 18 points per game. Pippins working with a dribble. Long 3-pointer, no good. And the rebound comes off to Morris. With a long pass himself. Down. Looks to dump into Steed. They throw it away. Back we go the other way. And the shot's no good. Tip up. Misses. And off we go the other way for Eastfield. Long pass for Lowry. Ball down low to Steed. Passes out in the corner. Swing it back out front to Morse. Morse drives in the paint. Looks to dish off. And the shot is good by Cedric Jefferson. .70-58 now. Fulton-Montgomery losing some of the continuity they had in the early going. Now just rushing their shots, maybe not playing quite as good basketball as they were earlier. Eastfield really seems to have turned it up a notch. Here's a three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes off to McLeod. Pass goes to Alonzo. His team trails by 12. And their coach wants a timeout. So we've got a timeout with 19 on the shot clock and 8:21 on the game clock. 571 yesterday to Gloucester County College. Gloucester County, of course, the 1994 national champions. Sullivan Community College, the 1995 national champions. And both of those teams still left in the semifinal round. Fulton-Montgomery Community College, located in Johnstown, New York. 20 to 30 minutes outside of Albany in the Capital District. Ball kicked out. We should get a new start on the 35-second clock in Duke. Dukes to inbound underneath his own basket. And it's tipped out again. Interesting, he has Qaddafi Alonzo open out front, looking to make the shorter pass to McLeod. Williams cuts across the lane, and they finally do get the ball out to Alonzo. Ball kicked back again to Alonzo. Williams looks to dump inside to McLeod, and McLeod gets fouled. Looks like that foul might be called on Chuck Young. Nope. Jason Lowry picks up the foul. Lowry's first foul in the game. Here's McLeod to the line. First shot's good. McLeod with a chance to bring the lead, or the deficit, back to 10. And he does. Chuck Young out front with the ball. Youngin giving Morse a break here. A little breather with a 10-point lead. Passes over to Lowry. Lowry's three-pointer's good. Lowry with his second three of this half. Leads now 13. Here comes the man-to-man pressure this time. Williams drives the baseline. Gets fouled by Will Young. For Young, his third personal foul. Terrell Williams on the line now. He'll be shooting two. Coach Bob Flickner looking to rest some of his starters right now. Give them a little breather while they have this lead. Shot's good. Williams with two free throws. Cuts the deficit to 11. Fulton-Montgomery back to the man-to-man. Eastfield looking to run their offense. Back out front to Chuck Young. 7:20 to play. 11-point lead for Eastfield, Texas. 8 on the shot clock. Young now getting a little confused out front. Here's the three-pointer by Jefferson, no good. And away come the Raiders. Layup inside for Williams. His attempt no good. McLeod puts it up, no good. Tip up, no good. Tip up again, no good. And Fulton-Montgomery awarded possession of the ball. We're going to see Ronnie Steed come back. Obvious Coach Flickner didn't like the fact that the Raiders got 3 offensive opportunities at the basket on that play. J.J. Johnson back as Jefferson comes out. Ed Morse replaces Young. So Coach Flickner gets a chance to rest his starters there for a couple of minutes. They come back in with just about the same lead they had as when they left. Good job by the substitutes for the Harvesters. Pippins drives, gives off to Williams. Williams off the glass, good. Little pull-up jumper is good by Larry Morse. Fulton-Montgomery with 9 turnovers here in the second half. That's more than they committed, or the same number they committed in the first half. 18 on the game. Long court pass down to J.J. Johnson. Feeds inside. Lowry drives. Let's see if we get the charge call, and we do. So Pippins with a good job defensively as Lowry charges into him. 2 fouls now on Lowry. Qaddafi Alonzo being guarded by Larry Morse. Here's McLeod, and he gets fouled out front by Roy Abrone. Call for the block. Abrone now has 3 fouls. 10 team fouls here on Eastfield. McLeod with 2 free throws here. He has 20 points on the afternoon. Roy Abrone comes out. Van Dulen back in for the Harvesters. First free throw is good. Second free throw is good for McLeod. Deficit's cut to 9, 75-66, 6:10 to play in the ballgame. Morse being guarded by Alonzo. Here's another 3-point attempt, which this time is no good for Lowry. And this, you'd have to think this is a big possession for Fulton-Montgomery here. McLeod to the rack, no good. Rebound, Williams puts it up and in. And the offensive rebound, a good friend to this Fulton-Montgomery club here as they try to rally. They've cut the lead to 7. They were down 13 at one point. Ball inside. Ronnie Steed puts it up off the glass with a little turnaround jump hook, and it's good. Steed, 12 points in this half alone. McLeod has Pippins inside, doesn't use him, drives the baseline, puts up the 5-footer off the glass and good. 77-70. Eastfield on top. And here's a steal. Let's see which way they call this. And they're going to call that versus J.J. Johnson. Third foul on Johnson. So the Raiders with 2 free throws here could get it back to within 5, and there's 5 minutes to go. Duke's first free throw good. Second free throw, a little bit hard. Comes off, rebound to J.J. Johnson. 77-71. Morse looks to lay the ball off on the side to Steed. Steed puts it up and in. Steed taking over here. He's got 14 points in the second half, 18 on the game. Harvesters by 8. Little fadeaway jump shot is no good, and let's see what we've got for a call here. Alonzo missed that shot badly. And Terrell Williams picks up the foul. I believe that's his 5th. And I believe correctly. So with 4:34 to play, Terrell Williams fouls out. Fulton-Montgomery goes into the 1-1 situation. Doolin's going to be going to the line here. He'll be shooting 1-1. Joe Barthelemy back into the game. Cedric Jefferson back in for Eastfield. He replaces Lowry. First free throw good. Doing second free throw off the front iron, but the rebound comes off to Larry Morse. (80-71), 4:20 to play in the ballgame. Morse dumps down low. Nice move to the basket by Ben Doolin. They're not denying the dump pass down low. Pippins with a long three-pointer. No good. Excuse me, that was Pippins that got, or Barthelemy that got the rebound and missed. McLeod, however, tipped it up and in. Nine-point lead. Ball down low. Nice pass. Here goes Steed with a little reverse layup and good. Not very good defense in the low post right now for Fulton-Montgomery, and they're paying the toll. It's 84-73. As Fulton-Montgomery takes a timeout with 3:29 to play. They hold their opponents to 63.5. They'll be playing later tonight. So again, these teams are in the consolation bracket of the 1996 Division III NJCAA basketball tournament. 11-point deficit to make up here in 3.5. Monroe Pippins with the basketball. Eastfield staying man-to-man. Pippins looking to move, drives, gives the ball off, and turns it over. 10th turnover of the half for Fulton-Montgomery. Long pass, picked off. 2 on none. Pippins decides to keep the ball, puts it up, scores, and gets fouled. Pippins gets a chance here. Ben Doolin picked up the foul, and that's his 5th foul. Now, Roy Abrone comes in as Doolin goes out. And Pippins to the line. Pippins makes the free throw. 84-76, 3:09 to play. And they turn it over again, trying to let Fulton-Montgomery back into the game. Pippins with the drive, puts it up, and he gets fouled again. The foul may be called on Morse. Indeed it is. And now Morse picks up his 4th foul. And Eastfield gets in a little bit of foul trouble with their starters. Oh, we had 4 in our book, but it's 3 on the board. So 3 personal fouls make that. First one on Pippins is good. Chance to cut the lead to 7. And this one's not over yet. (84-78), Eastfield, Texas leads. It was 41-38 at the half for Fulton-Montgomery. Here's a loose ball on the floor. We might have a jump ball situation. And it looks like Eastfield's going to be granted a timeout. It'll be their ball at midcourt. Gary Cole and his staff here at the State University of New York at Delhi doing an excellent job running this national basketball tournament. This is the 5th year of existence for the national championship. Sullivan Community College, twice the winners of the national title. Onondaga Community College has won it once, and Gloucester County College, a winner back in 1994. Eastfield needs to be careful with the basketball now. When they've been able to dump the ball down low, they've been very successful offensively. They have to watch the foolish turnovers. Morse with the ball being guarded by Alonzo. Morse drives, puts it up off the glass and scores! Clutch bucket there for Larry Morse. Barceem Dukes holds out. Gives to McLeod. McLeod with a 15-footer. It's short. Might have rushed that shot a little bit. Cedric Jefferson with the rebound. Morse again drives the lane. Stops. Pops. No good. Rebound Steed, and he gets fouled. Good offensive rebound that time by Ronnie Steed. And that foul's on Arturo McLeod. He has 4 fouls now. Steed's first free throw, good. Exactly 2 minutes to play, and Steed with an opportunity to put his team up by 10. Here's the shot. No good. Rebound battled for, and McLeod loses it. Another big loss of possession. Things not going Fulton-Montgomery's way here in the second half. They really need to hold Eastfield without any points here on this possession. Eastfield going to pull the ball out a little bit, eat up some of the shot clock. That's at 28. Lowry with the dribble, and he gets his pocket picked by Pippins. Pippins goes in, lays it over the front iron, and good. Pressure defense now. Looks like man-to-man pressure for Fulton-Montgomery. 1:35 to play. 87-80. Another steal. Pippins to the hole. He scores. And Coach Flickner takes time out. (87-82). Eastfield College from Mesquite, Texas, leads this ball game by 5 with 1:24 to play. And as we've seen in some of these tournament games so far, these teams have difficulty holding the lead. As soon as they go out of their regular offense and try to put a little stall in, it changes their game, changes the flow of what they've been doing. And a couple of turnovers puts the other team that might have been behind right back in the ball game. As we check the foul situation, Eastfield has 10 fouls on them. So Fulton-Montgomery will be shooting 2 shots all the way through the rest of the game. Fulton-Montgomery with 8 fouls. So we'll be at the line for 1-1 for one more foul opportunity when Eastfield's at the line. Foul trouble in the game. Monroe Pippins with 4 for Fulton-Montgomery. Sheridan James with 4. Arturo McLeod with 4. And Terrell Williams has already fouled out of this ball game. Foul trouble for Eastfield. Larry Morris with 3. Roy Abrone with 3. Ben Doolin is fouled out of the game. J.J. Johnson with 3. Will Young with 3. Ronnie Steed, the leading scorer in the second half for Eastfield, bringing his club back. He has 17 in the second half, total of 21 in the ballgame. Arturo McLeod, the leading scorer with 26 points for Fulton-Montgomery. He had 26 in yesterday's game. Eastfield inbounds. Morris with the ball. Being guarded closely by Alonzo. Crosses midcourt, drives the lane, and the ball's turned over again. That's 3 straight turnovers for the Harvestors. Fulton-Montgomery needs to convert on these turnovers. In goes Alonzo, and it scores! Qaddafi Alonzo with an interesting twist on the ball. Looked like it wasn't going to go, and then it spun back in. 3-point lead, 57 seconds to go. Another barn burner here at Delhi. Larry Morris with the ball. Dumps the ball into Steed. He'll look to move in the low post. He puts it up off the glass and good. Once again, playing defense behind Steed doesn't work. Big basket for Ronnie there. Back comes Fulton-Montgomery. Pippins drives off the glass. Good! Fulton-Montgomery may run out of time here. They've had a nice comeback. It's 89-86. 30 seconds to go. They almost need to foul. They're down 3. They've got to get the ball. Oh, and we're going to have a foul call. Very, very close call there. Pippins picks up his 5th. His 5th foul. Tough break there for Fulton-Montgomery. 22 points for Pippins as he leaves. He'd been a spark plug in this comeback. A couple key steals. So 2 players have now fouled out. Coach Ordello only has the opportunity to go to 2 different players, and he picks Sheridan James, who also has 4 fouls to come in. Well, Pippins had to do something there. The clock was running down, and they had to go for the steal. And he got a piece of the ball, but obviously the official thought he also got a piece of the arm. And far be it for me to guess on that one. It was way across court. Obviously, it would have been a big play for Fulton-Montgomery to come for the steal, so they're disappointed. And a lot of times after the coaches complaining to the referees is more disappointment than anything else. I think their players made a big play. Key free throws coming up here. It'll be the 1-1 situation for Eastfield. Both teams involved in very close games yesterday. Eastfield a 4-point loser to Gloucester, and Fulton-Montgomery a 1-point loser to Roxbury. A lot can happen with 27 seconds to go. Right now, Eastfield desperately needs to make their free throws. Fulton's in a situation where every time Eastfield gets the ball, they're going to have to foul them. It'll be Larry Morris to the line. These will be his first free throws of the day. He's in a 1-on-1 situation. Also big on the rebound if there's a miss here. Let's see what happens. Morris dribbles 3 times, then once, shots up, off. Here comes the rebound, and it's a big rebound, as I'd mentioned, for Cedric Jefferson. They kick it out, and Morris gets fouled again. Clutch rebound there by Cedric Jefferson. They got the miss by Morse, and now we're into the 2-shot situation, as that's the 10th team foul. So they got the missed free throw last time for Morse, but couldn't get the rebound. Pivotal play. First one's good. And you can't give a good team like Eastfield that second opportunity to go to the line. You've got to get the rebound. 90-86. Shot is up and good. 5-point lead. 91-86. 23 seconds to go. Here we go with the basket. The shot is up and good by Joe Barthelemy. And what do we got now? We have a foul here on that whistle. Foul's on Alonzo, his third. So it's 91-88, 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Lowry will be going to the foul line with 2 shots. Two big free throws for Lowry. First one makes it a 2-possession ball game for Fulton-Montgomery. And the shot's no good. He really needs this next free throw to make it a 2-possession game. If it's only 3 points, the 3-pointer could still tie this ball game up. And there's plenty of time for a 3. Whether or not there's time enough for 2 possessions, assuming, of course, that Fulton-Montgomery scores, then Eastfield gets the ball back, and they'll either have to get the steal or the foul. I don't know. Another nail-biter. All that Fulton-Montgomery had left was a 20-second timeout. So that's what we're taking here. I believe that's what we saw at the scorer's table. So that's why we just heard the early buzzer. Here's the second buzzer. So Lowry, with no doubt one of the bigger free throws of his basketball career. Chance to move his team forward with their first tournament win this year. And into the consolation final, which could garner them 4th place in the tournament. Lowry's shot is up and is good. So it's a 4-point lead, 15 seconds to go. Fulton-Montgomery not only has to score, but they've got to get possession of the basketball a second time. You'd have to doubt if Eastfield would follow them in the act of taking a 3-pointer. Should be the other way to score. For a long 3-pointer off the back iron, no good, 8 seconds. Rebound comes to Morse. And with 6 seconds to go, it looks like Eastfield will come away with the victory here. That foul's on Joe Barthelemy. His second personal. Morse back to the line. Made 2 clutch free throws after he missed the open end of a 1-and-1, and his teammates got the rebound. Just a few seconds ago. That shot is good. 93-88, 6 seconds to play. Shot's good, and now Eastfield should run away and hide. They should just run away from this club from Fulton-Montgomery. We're going to have a 3-point attempt with 2 seconds to go. It's no good. Rebound comes off to Jefferson, and that's the ball game. As the Harvesters of Eastfield College defeat Fulton-Montgomery Community College 94-88. See if we can give you a quick summary of the scoring in this ball game. For Fulton-Montgomery, who goes to 0-2 in the tournament, Qaddafi Alonzo has 13 points. For Monroe Pippins, 22 points with 14 in the second half. Barceem Dukes has 11 points. Joe Barthelemy, 4 points. Sheridan James, 4 points. Arturo McLeod with 26 points in this ball game, and he had 26 in the first game. For Terrell Williams, he had 10 points in the ball game. For victorious Eastfield Community College, or Eastfield College from Mesquite, Texas, Larry Morris with 12 points, all in the second half. 11 points for Cedric Jefferson. 14 for Roy Abrone, all of his were in the first half. 12 points for Ben Doolin. 7 points for Jason Lowry, big second half for him. Sean Manley, 4 points. J.J. Johnson with 11 points. And a big second half for Ronnie Steed. 19 points in the second half, 23 in the game. So your final this afternoon from Delhi, New York, Eastfield College 94, Fulton-Montgomery Community College 88.